strippers versus OnlyFans girls. If it had to be one of them, I'd rather the OnlyFans.
For me, it just seems like there's a price point.
Oh, 100%.
Your girl can be bought, 100%. Right? She could be in Dubai next week on a plane, and you're like, "Where are you going? Dubai on a shoot?" I'm like, "Well, are you though?
Who's paying for that?
Who's paying for that?" Hello and welcome to the Grayer Podcast. I'm your host, Maximilian Decker, and this is the pod that covers everything gray. And today I have a very controversial guest. He is a really good friend of mine. Also, we shoot a lot of content together. He is Alec Ohlstein. Alec, welcome to the pod, man.
How you doing?
Good. I had to have you on here because, you know, you are the guy behind a lot of successful influencers.
Who'd have thought it?
Yeah, I mean, no, I would, because I know how good you are at shooting and everything like that. And you're jump in front of the camera here pretty soon, so we got to bust you out.
This is the first.
This is first. So it's your first. So okay, so let's get to it though. Let's get to you because you cover a lot of Bradley Martin, Sarah Safari, Chet Hanks.
Yeah.
Am I missing anybody? Anybody else?
There's a few. Peter Vigilante, Garrett Nolan.
Right.
Bunch of OnlyFans girls.
Okay. Yeah, I feel so bad for you.
A whole bunch of things.
Wow, I can't even talk to you, OnlyFans girls. That is terrible. So what kind of got you started in the space? I mean, we have some juicy stuff to talk about because Alec's having a pretty hard falling out right now. If I can say no. I mean, I don't want to be the pod that talks shit, but I mean, you are going through a crossover from behind to in front, right?
That's, yeah, very true.
Yeah, and so I guess the question would be like running all those people's social media, is there a reason why you didn't concentrate on yours at first?
I still don't concentrate on mine, really. I go back and forth from posting, daily to not posting. I think it's been like 2 months right now, and that's not a good thing. Right. I try and stay on top of stories, but
right.
I'm really just one of my clients right now. I'm managing their social medias and like strictly their social medias, right. And it's a full-time job on its own.
Right.
It's a lot, but
you know the strategy to it though. I mean,
there's a total strategy to it, but
right.
Also why I haven't done it is because I'm trying to reset my algorithm in a sense. For
right.
the past year and a half, I'd say, I've been stuck in the fitness niche.
Yeah.
On my Instagram, so all I post on there is that, and it does well. It does really well, but I'd like to reset it back to camera gear, being on set, all that kind of thing,
Right.
Just less of posting thirst traps.
I mean,
and more
but dude, you have been there from like the launch of Sarah, because Sarah blew up.
Not the launch of Sarah. I want to correct that real quick. She had another guy that she blew up with, like right. Over 1 million. Like I just came in it's been about 11 months now.
Right.
Since working with her. But we've definitely taken it to some new heights.
Right.
She's killing it right now. I think she's getting I don't even remember. I think she's got a lot of views coming in right now.
Yeah, I mean, she does well.
Yeah.
I mean, Bradley officially kind of like has her under his umbrella,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Right. So, but you're there. You're at Zoo. You were at Zoo shooting all the stuff.
I was at Zoo so much. So between shooting for Bradley a little bit, I was handling the Zoo Culture Studio content creation as well for, I think it was 17 weeks.
Right.
Yeah, I believe it was 17 weeks. And Sarah, of course, and then shooting all these fitness influencers as well. And then just resetting the fitness, kind of like a lot of what the fitness world was dark content. It was just very shadowy, very dark.
Right.
I came in and it was bright. It was with Stephen Kelly.
Right.
And
right. Stephen Kelly. Yeah, he just
awesome. Blew up.
Right.
Just blew up. Like,
yeah. Well, would you say that it's harder to shoot a guy opposed to if like a girl is doing, because I mean, they have OnlyFans, but that doesn't always mean that kind of translates to like getting paid and all that, right?
So that's interesting because, yeah, you're 100% right. There's the top 10%, top 1%. The top 1% is the only percentage that's really making any money, I think, for the most part. Maybe top 5, but It's not a large percent, but once you hit that percentage, it's crazy money.
Yeah, I had a friend. He was like, I was on Twitter and an OnlyFans girl. I wouldn't know if she had an OnlyFans, but they hit guys up now like, oh, if you want to date, follow me on OnlyFans.
Oh yeah,
I only date my fans or something like that.
I'll give you a little tip.
Okay,
it's not actually the girl hitting them up. It's
really?
it's just an ad company. It's just their management company running their DMs, running their all that.
Wow,
so
this is like the ultimate catfish.
When you're talking to those girls, you're not talking to those girls. You're talking to their manager. There's some dude on the other end that's like, yeah.
That's crazy. I would have never know that. And my friend actually is thinking that it's a girl talking to him.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it could be if it's a small enough creator and they don't have like a management team or whatever. Yeah, but as soon as you hit a certain level, you just don't have the time, and you realize how much more lucrative it is to have someone else handle it.
Which is funny because I would think that, because you manage some of the OnlyFans, or you run some of their content, I would think that they wouldn't even be interested in the dudes that are like simping them, and that they're dating other dudes that are kind of at their level.
Oh yeah, or they're not actually dating them. It's just to get them to swipe their card.
No, right. That's what I'm saying, right? But they're not looking for that there. They're looking for that in front of them. They're looking for like human contact.
Yes. Yeah. And someone like Kazumi, she was one of the biggest Asian OnlyFans girls. She had a whole boyfriend on the side too, which,
wow.
I mean, personally, I don't know if I could do that, being the guy. Definitely couldn't do that.
I could not do that. But I could not do that. That's something I could not do. I would just, but I mean, that's kind of like, I mean, I've seen some of those guys that it's kind of like, even like Adam 22, like letting
that's a wild situation,
dude. Letting somebody else bang your girl for I don't know how many millions of dollars.
I've heard this take before about him.
What's this?
There's no real love there. It's a business relationship,
right?
And yeah, they got a kid together, right? And all that, but that's a bit. There's no way,
right?
I mean, maybe.
Do you think that's a better relationship though? Because think about it, you're kind of like your heart's not really in it.
The amount of money they're making is insane, at least.
I mean, I guess that's kind of like, like what are you in it for, right? Like that's what's really changed these days. Yeah. Like, would you say that a girl on OnlyFans makes it more? She's more heartless. Or have you seen some sweetie?
Heartless is the term.
What do you think it is? Because it's kind of like a stripper, isn't it? Like stripper, like they're just their eyes on the money and that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
They're on the bag.
But in my eyes, it's better than stripping because.
I mean, is it though? Because like
you get touched, you go to these places. So that depends on the level. If you're
some people like that, right?
If you're online getting fucked by multiple dudes, that's a different story. But
that happened to a friend of mine.
Yeah.
A girl was like, "Here's my OnlyFans," and she's getting railed, and he's like, "Was this supposed to turn me on?"
Yeah, no, yeah, and it's just like no. But if it's like, it's just solo content, it's just her posting pictures or whatever.
Right.
In my opinion, that's better. It's much more lucrative. You're not getting touched by a bunch of grimy ass dudes at the club. You don't have to worry about leaving the club and doing all that.
See, like none of that interests me at all. Like if I hear a girl's like, I have OnlyFans, I'm like,
oh yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
Like,
I'm just saying strippers versus OnlyFans girls. Right. If it had to be one of them, I think I'd rather the OnlyFans girl.
Right. I mean, coming across somebody like that, you're just kind of like, I mean, look, but I'm not, I'm not judging them. They can do whatever they want per se, but it just kind of, for me, it just seems like there's a price point.
Oh, 100%.
Your girl can be bought, 100%. Right? She could be in Dubai next week on a plane, and you're like, "Where are you going? Dubai on a shoot?" I'm like, "Well, are you though?
Who's paying for that?
Who's paying for that? Who's paying for that?"
Who's paying for
okay, so let's roll back to this because you got a lot of stuff to talk about here. So you edit for everybody, and you kind of shoot. You kind of drop like what becomes like your actual official job, like what you do.
You get hired as a videographer, and then it comes in with all these other things.
Right. Are you happy with your rate?
Yeah.
You're pretty busy.
It's I work in phases.
Right.
And I really shouldn't say this, but I'll dumb it down a little bit. But when I first moved out here, I hit every single DM I could, and I worked for free a lot of times. If someone wanted to pay me, awesome. But I'd made a little bit of money before this, and I was just trying to grind it out and get, just build that network,
Right.
And I did that. But at first, it was a whole bunch of music videos for artists, like, just crazy shit.
Right. Rappers, pop music, which
rappers,
one?
like,
oh man,
like
those sets were crazy, weren't they?
Yeah, Manchester and Fig. Good times. Honestly, I love the.
You were smoking weed. You got paid in weed, didn't you?
That definitely happened.
You
once
got
or twice.
paid in fucking weed. That's exactly how that went down.
But I'll say this: the shit I get, like from my people,
right,
10 times better. I don't go to the dispensary. I don't go to these places. I go straight to the grower.
Yeah,
and it's insane. The prices I get announced for is what people pay an eighth for of that quality in the dispensary.
Wow. So like, if you want to get that weed, you can contact us at. I'm kidding. I'm playing. No. Okay. So, but let's get to. So you do the editing, you do the shooting.
So someone like Sarah,
right?
I will. We shoot for an hour and a half or so, 2 hours per week.
Yeah.
I'll take that back, cut that into a 10 to 20 minute vlog.
Wow.
25 minutes is long. 20 minutes is really 15 to 20 minutes.
So vlog is like kind of like a reality show online.
Yeah, literally.
Right.
And yeah, so cut that down. I cut some clips. She has some clippers that cut some more clips. Those generate the view. I mean, she's about to bring 2 million on YouTube as well. So
no, get out, really?
Oh yeah.
She's about to hit 2 million
on YouTube too.
We haven't had a female guest. Sarah, if you'd like to come on, we'd love to have you here.
See if we can line that up.
We could line that up, even though maybe we're a little too small for her right now, but that'd be kind of cool.
No, but Sarah's amazing, and she's got 2.4 or 5 on Instagram. Like she's got a ton. She's killing it.
Yeah,
but
she definitely has a lot of fans. What do you think she fits in? Like, she's definitely the fitness.
She's fitness.
Yeah.
But what's great about her is she
seems really cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a guy.
Exactly.
She seems like a fucking dude.
Yeah.
Like she's like, oh, what's up, bro? And you're like, whoa, you're cool. And you have abs. Wow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
she's amazing.
Not my type, but you're cool, like, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, she's everybody's type, but I mean, just, maybe not mine.
Like, she's amazing to work with, and she's one of those people that I would work with at, she doesn't need to pay me a ton because it's such easy work.
Right.
And I enjoy working with her so much, and I still have time to do everything else. And on top of it, she's a great friend of mine too, so that's the other difficult part. So many of my clients become my friends.
I mean,
which is awesome.
That's good though. That means that you're very personable.
It makes negotiations more difficult. But
really? And working for Sarah's easy. You said it's pretty easy, right?
It's amazing. So
what does that look like?
So shoot for an hour, yada yada yada. 2 hours, whatever it is, bring it back, cut that vlog, clips, thumbnail, throw it up on YouTube for Friday at 2 p.m. And then, it's rinse and repeat. It's
how important is the thumbnail? Is the thumbnail like a thing? Because Josh does that to me. He's like, oh, we got to get the thumbnail. I'm like, what the fuck is it with this fucking thumbnail?
Let me break it down.
All right.
YouTube, it's extremely important because as you're scrolling, that and the caption are what you're looking at to decide if you're going to watch the video or not.
Right.
So it's a huge decision. What's crazy about Sarah is I'll make some insane looking thumbnails. I'll make them sick. I'll make them crazy looking. They don't do well.
Really?
What does well for Sarah is a simple fucking screen grab. She's the only person I know like this. She's the only person with that algorithm attached to her that I know of.
What does that mean? What's a screen grab?
Just a shot straight out of the camera of a super interesting part. Like, you look at when I was working with Chet and Josh.
Right.
Like,
you have to put an eggplant on them. I'm kidding. I'm playing, joking.
I made some amazing looking thumbnails. And they did okay. The clips were really what went absolutely insane.
Right.
Like millions and millions and millions and millions on the clips.
Right.
But the thumbnails I went in on and they looked amazing. But for Sarah, she just likes, and this is what works best for her, is just a simple screen grab from the video of somewhere interesting. Like,
but I think people are already tuning into Sarah for Sarah.
Definitely. But even at that point, you can still do an A/B test. You can still say, okay, let's put this one next to each other.
Right.
This one and this one next to each other. The one that's just the screen grab, for her personally, for her specifically, it does better. It's crazy.
Okay, cool.
It drives me crazy.
When were you brought into Zoo? When did you get into Zoo with Brad? Because you were doing his pod, weren't you? Like shooting his podcast?
I did a couple of them. Yes. Yeah, that was unrealistic to say the least.
But what does that mean? You can't be so cryptic.
I'll go in.
Okay, we'll go. Okay,
I will.
So you got into Zoo. When did you get into Zoo?
I got in. The first time I went to Zoo was before Zoo, before Bradley, before all that. There was Chet and Josh. Chet Hanks and Josh Stroh. Josh the Jungle.
Yeah, Tom Hanks' son is Chet Hanks.
Yes.
Who says like the most outlandish shit ever. I love him on
the
podcasts.
Jamaican accent, all of it.
So inappropriate. I love
White
it.
Boy Summer, all of it.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome.
We don't talk as much. He's so busy. We don't talk as much anymore. I know he's a call away, but he is. I look at him like a brother. Same with Josh, especially Josh. Yeah. Josh. We've all gone through. The three of us got really close when vlogging together. We took trips to the Midwest, to Indiana and Ohio.
Wow.
We went to what was that called? Indy 500?
Right, the racing, the tracks. Indy cars, yeah, of course.
That we went like back and saw we were in the Team Penske box.
That's usually like a drinking sport, isn't it? Like you're just there just drinking all day.
They're both sober, actually.
Really?
Yeah, so they're both stone cold sober.
Got you.
Yeah, I mean, Chet's had his difficulties with that, so that's understandable.
Got it, sobriety.
Josh, he just saw a bunch of his, he just saw a bunch of things happening and just was like, nah, that's not for me. And he's got close to 10 years clean now, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, NASCAR does have that kind of stigma, though.
No, it does.
I mean, there are like exceptions to the rule, but just again, it just seems like that. So, okay, so
but it's not even NASCAR. It was the Indy 500. So it was Indy cars.
Got you. Right.
But we went back, I want to say backstage, but back in the garages and the stuff, and like I've got clips that did very well, like showing the steering wheel that was $25,000. That was just like this piece of technology that was
Wait, the steering wheel was $25,000? That just sounds like okay.
How crazy is that? Yeah,
I mean,
but like doing that shit,
get a 3D printer.
The amount of tech that was in it, and the IP or whatever, the patented technology in that is insane.
Of course.
But like that was an insane trip. That was my favorite vacation I've ever taken with Josh and Chet, to the Midwest. We did that, and then we went to Illinois, Josh's hometown, and we proceeded to blow things up, get the cops called on us, and because we were on private property, they couldn't do anything, and then we chased them out of the neighborhood with my drone.
The fact that you guys were all sober doing this, I can't imagine if you weren't sober.
And it's all on vlog. It's all been vlogged. It's all on vlog.
Oh man, I would love to see that. I mean, I did see part. I think I did see parts of it. Yeah, you did show pieces to that.
It was just so much fun, and like we created a brothership, I believe. Like,
for sure.
I think
it's good to have a fraternity.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then so you shot them at Zoo. Is that when you came in with them at Zoo?
So I was shooting a music video at like midnight in like Watts, and Josh had been advertising that they needed a videographer for like a month, and I'd be hitting them up a few times. And then the night before that they were scheduled to need someone, let's just say it was January 1st or whatever, it was the night before.
Right.
He hits me up at midnight and says, yo, what are you doing tomorrow? And this was the first interaction I had with him. And I was just like, nothing. What you thinking? And it just grew from there. Like,
wow, that's kind of like how we met.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Because we DM'd you.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're like, we need to work with this guy.
But the difference, I had been blowing Josh up, right? Because they've been advertising it, and like it just so happened that they picked me.
Yeah.
It just so
happens. Like there's so much business that happens in DMs. It's like not even funny, is it?
Yeah.
It's like there's so actual opportunity
clients
there.
Oh yeah, so many clients.
So you're in Zoo then, and you're with these guys, and then you're shooting.
So they brought me to Zoo.
And then Bradley stole you, or like what happened? Did he kind of say, hey, like
not even so?
No. And you're like, let me shoot you for free. Like
there's
what
a
happened?
couple stories I've heard from different people about how this went down.
Okay.
I'm gonna say the PG version.
Okay. No, why did you do the PG? Do the X version. This is not what
because
this is
I don't know
about.
if the X version is true or not. I'm pretty sure it's true.
Well, weren't you part of the X version? I mean, you would know what your version is.
Let me lay it out and then...
Okay, I'll shut up.
Josh, Zoo Culture in Encino opens up. I'd been shooting with Josh. And
after the pandemic?
Yes.
Gotcha.
After that, even. So he had the one in Woodland Hills, and that had been open for a couple years.
But then they charged him for like manslaughter for being open during COVID and all this kind of trash.
All that kind of stuff.
And he's like, I'll take on the city. And he became like a hero. He became kind of like a hero. Yeah. Props to you, Bradley. You became a hero during COVID. Yeah.
But he opened up the other one in Encino.
Yeah.
And Josh and Chet took me to that grand opening, and that was the first time encountering Bradley, encountering Zoo Culture, encountering any of that kind of world. It was a madhouse. It was pouring rain. And
Isn't it where they were kicking out like average people,
Yes.
and then only
That's where
influencers
that
could be in here.
That's my buddy Jacob that said that line.
So somebody stood up and said, everybody that's like not an influencer, get the fuck out. They said that and put them in the rain. Is that true? Is that real? You're giving the scoop right here.
They overhyped it. It was, if you had been in here for over an hour, and it had been open for like 4 hours at this point. If you had been in here for a while, you needed to keep moving so that other new people can come in. But also, I think it was because they had some bigger influencers coming in and they wanted to clear house a little bit. It had been open for 4 or 5 hours. Relax, guys. You got to go for a little bit.
Right. So it was a polite way to get rid of, because here's the thing with like influencers are always late.
It's about
that's for sure.
It's about the
they
clips.
either like you know, influencers usually flake on you, or no, it's true. Like we've had some people for the pod, and it's just like crickets, and it's like, okay, they're an influencer, which is funny because we've had actors on shows, and then like I'm like, this guy's been on a show that's been nominated for an Emmy, and he didn't flake. But anyway, whatever. So they either flake or show up really fucking late.
Yes.
Right. And so that's kind of what happened.
Yes.
And then, so this is a polite way to say, okay, you guys, thank you for building the crowd.
Yes.
All the guys outside, all the hot chicks can stay, and here are all the influencers.
Pretty much.
That's kind of what happened.
Close. Yeah,
that's exactly what fucking happened.
So
that's exactly what happened.
Yes, that happened. So I go to Zoo.
Right.
You know, now that it's open, Chet and Josh start going there as well, because we'd been going to Gold's Gym in Venice a lot of the time.
Right.
They were awesome hosting us, but then we started going to Zoo more and more. So I shoot Steven there, and I developed my name, Stephen Kelly there, and I developed my name kind of like Josh introduced me to Steve. This is why I credit Josh with so much of my success, because he's introduced me to so many people out there, like so many people, and I love him regardless. Like I used to go over there all the fucking time and just chill with them. Like they were my brothers over there at that house.
Yeah. But your work ethic is pretty sick, because I've seen your work board. And your client, I mean, this guy, you go to his house and he's got like all his clients lined up. You've got it timed. You're editing on one. You literally have a panel of computers, and it's all kind of cycling out.
I truly believe I would have made it regardless of him, of them
100%. 100%.
I'm not going to sit here and say that they weren't instrumental as fuck with
for
everything,
sure.
You know?
For sure, they got you in closer to where you need to be, which was with Bradley, right?
Well, I'm not going to go that far.
Really?
But,
okay.
See, I was always nervous about working with because I thought that it would take up a ton of my time for not much pay.
For Martin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be able to continue growing my brand, and that was the big thing: growing the brand, growing it. So
he just seems like a pretty intense dude, because I've worked out at Culture before, and I've come across his energy, and he just seems like your alpha male, like apex predator.
Yeah,
you know, like
I'd
he's
say so.
He's like,
and I'm cool.
I don't
with
like that. You know, and so it's kind of like, whoa.
No, I'm cool with working with that. Like my newest client is similar to that in a way, but he's very respectful with it as well. But he likes his shit done that way, and I need to do it that way, kind of thing, which I respect.
Is he really that alpha in a sense where like he truly believes like he can fuck anybody up? Like, is he kind of like,
no, I don't think so.
That's all.
He's a million times bigger of a business person than Bradley. Like million.
No, I was talking about Bradley.
Oh yeah, Bradley. I think is like that.
Because I think,
but I think that's the steroids.
Because let me tell you something.
I think that's the steroids talking.
Oh no, but you know, whether that's the steroids or not, I have a Power Ranger friend that I think can kick his ass.
I mean,
100%. The Blue Ranger. He was a kid. He was a little kid. I have a feeling.
Look,
I have a feeling Blake Foster.
Let's just say I was not here for this, but I have friends that were here for this. Bradley can't fight. That's what I've heard. I mean, it makes sense. He's a big buff dude that has no range of motion. Like it makes sense.
Right.
But he can't fight. I've heard. Hearsay.
So then he's just kind of like.
You know.
But he's wrestled. I mean, there was that one kid that was like 155 or something. He was wrestling him, and he couldn't take him down.
So I think you're talking about the kid that like pays people $1,000.
That's the one.
Yeah,
that's the one. But he's a gnarly wrestler.
Yeah, no, he's up. I think he was like, I don't know where he's from, but I think he's like higher ranking in the state. Like, but no, that's just, he's not a good fighter. But I'm not. This is also coming. This guy threatened to take me outside. Also,
Bradley Martin.
Yes.
Wait, Bradley wanted to fight you
in front of all of Zoo Culture. I'm not going to say that. He didn't use those words. He did not use those words, but he did say, "Do you want to take this outside?" So whatever that means.
When did this go down?
Let's work up to it.
Okay.
So
let's work up to that. I didn't know that.
You know, I've worked with Stephen Kelly. he had his modeling career beforehand. He was very doing his thing, but I definitely helped him with when it came to the social media side and growing his brand and, you know, getting into places like Skims, Gymshark, all these companies,
it's
you know.
It's huge.
Like,
That's huge.
Yeah. So.
And then how long did you work with Bradley before he fucking did this?
We're not getting to Bradley yet.
Okay,
Hold up.
all
We're
right,
still
all right,
working
fuck,
up to Bradley.
Geez, all right. This is like
Do you
strip
like,
show.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay,
exactly.
yeah, bring it on.
So pretty much I helped to, you know, really grow Stephen Kelly's socials and do all that stuff. From that comes not endless, but a ton of clients.
Oh,
of people that just think that they're good enough for that, are good enough for that, people that want to be him, et cetera, you know, whatever the reason may be.
Yeah, of course.
But they all hit me up to try and do the same thing for them. And I've done the same thing for a few people now.
Right.
And yeah, it's kind of a proven science from the clips I shoot to TikTok, blowing up the TikTok, then transferring that to Instagram. And it's easy enough to do.
Yeah.
It's really simple. But after doing all that, Sarah starts to have an issue, or whatever the reason is, with her old videographer. They part ways, and she asks Bradley who she should hire. And he says my name. And he says my name, puts it through to Josh, and Josh links us all up.
So then he did kind of like see
I've heard a second version of the story too.
Okay.
Where it's him being a little bit more selfish.
Okay. What's that version?
Because I don't know how true this is. I know it's true, but it's not verified.
What, he wants to shoot her content? I don't know. Like, what do you like?
No, that's not it. She wanted one of his guys. But I don't know if this is true.
I see.
So he threw my name out there to preserve his guys.
Yeah, but I mean, that kind of makes sense. If I have my team,
it just changes the perspective you're viewing.
Yeah, exactly.
From.
Yeah, because it's not like, oh, hey, there's this great guy I know. It's more like, yeah, my team is busy, but there's this other guy shooting this guy.
But again, I don't know.
But here's my question to you on that. Is that maybe just destiny kind of coming in
100%,
and being
100%.
like, these two people belong together?
100%.
Instead of like, because imagine if
it's just leading up to the blow up.
Yeah, but if he wouldn't have been selfish, then you wouldn't have gotten that opportunity.
Yeah. No, and I'm grateful for
but
that.
But maybe you met Sarah anyway, and she would have been like, yo, I had
met Sarah a year before, and she took my information. So
but she didn't call you when the opportunity comes.
No, 100%, 100%. So, but I just to set the stage for later on, I want to make sure that's kind of clear.
You know what that's like? That's like your ex cheating on you, and then you meeting your new girlfriend, and you're so much more in love with her than the ex. In a sense where, like, if they wouldn't have fucked up or been selfish, you would have never met like the love of your life.
You're right.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm not trying to equate you and Sarah being lovers, but I'm just saying that that's kind of like somebody else being selfish.
Yeah,
but anyway, you're working with Sarah.
Work with Sarah for up until from January to say April-ish, May-ish, you know, somewhere in that range.
Right.
And then I'm at Zoo Culture for someone, then I do something with...
Are you like living at Zoo Culture at this time?
Pretty much.
Seems like you're there like 24/7.
Literally pretty much.
Wow.
Like 3-4 fitness shoots a day, shoot with Sarah, shoot with this person, and then the fitness shoots as well. Like, it was a wild time. And then, so Bradley I was finishing up with Steven or someone, I think it was Steve, and Bradley and Danny Duncan are in the gym. And his guys weren't there, so I was like, yo, you want me to film for you real quick? And he said, cool, yeah, like, let's do it. And from there, he offered me the Zoo Culture Studio position.
Wow.
Which, very grateful for. Wish I got paid for it, but very grateful for it. I met a lot of good people. Those trainers, all you guys, fucking love you guys. So happy that went down. But yeah, I wish I got paid too. That would have been nice, especially since we agreed to it.
Right.
And I gave him free time before that, but who cares? It's just me.
No, but I mean, you should get paid for what you do.
Yeah, and especially because the reason I let it go for so long was because I wanted to respect him and not say, hey, pay me before I turn over all the content for your trainers. I wanted to turn over all the content and then say, hey, could you pay me?
Right.
But no.
You're just trying to be honorable.
Exactly.
Right.
And respectful to someone that I viewed as an OG in the space.
Well, do you think that it's kind of like a Kobe Bryant thing. I mean, where Kobe Bryant would go out to eat and then he wouldn't tip you. I mean, that's kind of like what the saying is, like, Michael Jordan doesn't tip some people, some of these big athletes. Do you think that he thinks it's such a privilege to work with him and have that on the resume?
It's less of tipping and more of like not paying the bill, because we agreed to a price. We agreed I'd even work for 2 weeks for free. He wanted 4 weeks for free. I negotiated down to 2 weeks, but we negotiated that well beforehand.
Sounds like there's a similar beef with him and Noelle, the girl that he dated.
That was before my time.
Right.
I don't really know anything about that situation besides hearsay, and I don't really know much hearsay. I'm friends with a couple of her friends, but I don't really know anything as factual in that situation.
But it seems like there was a problem with that. There seems to be like a problem follows.
A consistent,
like there's a consistent problem that follows.
Yeah.
And the only person that really did anything about it was Logan Paul, maybe, and kind of went down there and checked him real quick.
Who knows? Who knows what happened there? Reference back to it.
Well, I'm pretty sure that, if he would have won, he would have said something.
No, because I'm pretty sure they cut cameras, they cut all that, but I have friends that were in there.
Really?
Yeah, that were there for that.
What happened?
I can't. I actually can't say.
You can't say anything?
No, I can't.
What is?
Because that's where it's. I can't for that one.
Yeah,
but
there's honor. There's honor there. There's honor.
I don't
there.
share my client secrets. Like,
got it.
If you disrespect me, you're not a client of mine.
Right.
If you, Chet and Josh, we have so many hours of footage of us just doing dumb shit around LA.
Right.
Like, those secrets are locked in a fucking vault and will never see the light of day.
Fuck, we need to go to Vegas together, bro. Like, seriously. Or the Philippines. Kidding. I'm kidding. What would we do there?
And not just him. Every single one of my clients has, not just them, but every single one of my clients. Like, everybody's going to say some dumb shit. Everybody's going to do some stupid shit. Like,
right.
But if you respect me, I have nothing but loyalty and respect towards you. If you disrespect me, that's a different story.
So then you're working for the Zoo Studios.
Yeah.
You're doing the pods. You're doing his vlogs.
I believe his whole team quit on him besides one person.
Really?
And so he had to rush. Asked me if I wanted to handle his content. I said sure. And I flew too close to the sun. I should not have said sure. I should have locked in prices beforehand. That's on me. That's why I don't even want him to pay me for the time we vlogged together.
Damn.
I don't even want that. I did do the work. I put the work in. I did that work. I paid my employees to cut things. Not employees. They're not my employees. They're my independent contractors. I paid those people to do work. I don't give a fuck. Don't pay me. I don't want your money. We hadn't agreed to it. And when we agreed to it not going to work, I said, okay, cool. Don't worry about it. Or I didn't even say don't worry about it then. I didn't. But I would have been okay, because that's on me. I should have negotiated first like I did for Zoo Culture Studio.
Right.
But the Zoo Culture Studio shit, you owe me that money. Like, and not in like a legal shit or like I'm going to do something. Like, that's on you. You're not even a man if that's how you feel about shit.
Yeah. I feel somehow like that the money thing is such a, it seems like that seems
especially
to be
especially for my bad, not to cut you off, but especially for trying to twist it and say that it's my fault, that I was the bad guy, that Josh. So let's get back to the storyline a little bit.
Yeah, let's go back.
So Bradley brings me on, yada, yada, yada. We're negotiating. We do all this for 2 weeks. I work for 2 weeks. That's 2 and 2. That's 4 podcasts. That was like 2 vlogs. I didn't turn any of the vlogs over. I did turn the pods over, I believe. Maybe it was 3 podcasts. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, I was there when he was gifted a brand new car.
Steve will do it. Give him a car.
Yeah.
And then it was the Jeep, wasn't it? I heard
Raptor.
about this.
Yeah, Raptor.
So he didn't like the first car, and then he took the car that was a gift, went back and gave, I think, like 40
X amount of dollars,
and got the car that he actually wanted.
The best version of the Raptor. And it was just in front of me while he owed me money, and it was just like, that was kind of
wow. So he could have just dropped it and paid you.
He could have probably still bought it and just taken the money out, and the dealership probably would have been okay with it.
Wow.
Like, it was like that.
But
I'm not even saying anything like that.
No,
What
I mean,
I'm
you're not, but I mean, you kind of have to feel kind of like, because look, I'm going to be honest with you. I really liked Bradley Martin, and I don't know him.
I did too. I respected the fuck out of him.
I'm not making an
until
assessment on him because you're going through that. But you are my friend.
I respected him.
And that's fucked. And I know you're not a liar. So that's true.
I respected him up to the point that he called me the disrespectful one. I was cool with him and respectful towards him until that point.
Right.
Because we hadn't agreed to it. You know, the zoo culture shit, the studio shit. Yeah, you still owe me that money, but I'm not gonna go crazy over that. That's whatever.
Yeah.
When you we're out back at his house and we're having a conversation about the money. He wants to pay me X amount. I'm saying that it needs to be at least double that if I'm doing all this work. At the very least double that. And he's like, no, you're crazy. And he's right. He's right in this situation, because you know what? He's asking for a cook at a 3, 4, 5-star restaurant to be a McDonald's worker. That's what he's asking me to do, which the price point that he wants to spend, yeah, go get that McDonald's worker. That's great. But I don't view myself as that, and I'm targeting higher end situations. I don't want to get tied into a situation where I'm treated as a McDonald's worker. And nothing to McDonald's workers, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But you just got to weigh what you're looking to do in life and what you're looking to do.
But do you think that it's like people get close to him and then this happens?
That's what it appears. I'm not going to say yeah or nay, but it appears that way somewhat.
Yeah, it's almost like self-destructive.
I'll even go a step further. When I first came to zoo culture, it was a group of, say, 30 people that were always there, and it was a family in there.
Right.
I then took a break from zoo culture for the most part and came back a few months later, like 6 months later. Everybody's gone. It's a whole new group of people. The turnover rate is very high, and that's talked about in the community there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That really is, because he really did. Him and like the Nelk boys and all those guys, they really have created a space for all this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like they really have created the space, and they're like OGs, and like, even, I mean, the respect that they have amongst the podcast, I have a ton of respect for them, all of them. Now, how they handle their business, it's unfortunate. Just kind of like, you treat my friend like that, I'm not, obviously going to trust you so quickly. Right.
Yeah. And it's, it's terrible because
you created so many other people. Sarah Safari came out of that.
Oh yeah. And she, I mean, to the best of my knowledge, I think she had like a few thousand followers when she hit Bradley up and said, hey, could I work at Zoo Culture for free because I don't have the money to do that? Like,
wow.
She's talked about that.
Yeah. So it's so interesting, the give and take, right? It's almost like the self-sabotage is like there.
He sees potential and talent. So someone like Sarah, she's limitless potential and talent. So, he's, I mean, she's got to be one of his top athletes, I'm assuming.
Right.
I'm guessing.
Yeah. Are they going to still work together?
Oh yeah. No.
They're cool.
Yeah. They're fine.
They're cool.
And I mean, Bradley's so weird about shit. Like, he acts like nothing happened, which is the craziest part about it.
With you guys.
Yeah.
So can you still go to zoo and shoot?
But I only shoot Sarah there. I don't bring any clients there anymore. I don't.
So wait, hold on. What happens when this pod comes out and like are you gonna be like?
I mean, I've carried it the same way. I don't say hi to him. I don't say goodbye to him. Like, he said goodbye to me the other day, and I just looked at him like, what?
Do you think he'd actually? So he actually stepped outside though. You said that.
Oh yeah. So he asked me. So let's get back to that. So
he's talking to you about the
I shoot
price
for
point.
Sarah.
Okay.
And I'm still trying to get paid for the Zoo Culture studio days. I wasn't asking for the vlogging money. I still am not.
Right.
When I was trying to get paid for the Zoo Culture studio days, I would see him in there and say, hey man, how you doing, bro? Could we get that handled? Like, just like that. And today he looked at me, and mind you, this is when he's put me in group chats with his accountant and said, hey, pay this guy, okay? So I'm going to assume there was a text on the side saying, don't pay this guy. I'm just going to send this text in the group chat to make it look like I'm trying. So that's what I'm pretty sure happened. Because if, as a boss, if I said that to my accountant without that side text, I'd assume they'd get paid, or he'd pay the person.
What did the accountant tell you?
The accountant didn't say anything.
Well, maybe he didn't pay the accountant either, and so the accountant's not getting back to you.
They're close friends. Maybe it's the same scenario. I saw them together as recently as like 2 months ago, so I know that's not the case.
Got it.
They're buddies.
Right, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What a play. I mean, that seems more...
This it gets interesting.
Diabolical.
So I go finish up with Sarah. It's in the middle of Zoo... Not the middle, but like, right? You've seen Zoo Culture. You've got your lobby area right here. There's just that little wall there that's like 4 feet high, 3 feet high, whatever. Yeah. And then you've got the whole expanse. Yeah. He's sitting against the wall facing the door. I come around the side, just say, hey, man, what up, yada, yada, yada. Like, could we get that handled? And he's like, and I don't remember the exact line of questioning, but this is where it really hit me. He goes, I feel really disrespected by you. I'm like, wait,
There it is.
what are you talking about?
There it is.
What are you talking? You're disrespected by me?
Oh, it's he's gaslighting you.
Oh yeah.
That's straight up. You know that's straight up gaslighting.
And then he brings someone else into it, a buddy of mine, someone that I mentioned, Josh. Fuck it, I don't care. He brought Josh into it. Josh is my first client, the person that brought me into the scene, person that has hooked me up with more shit than ever. Yeah. I said I'd do a 30-minute long podcast for him, for Josh, for his girlfriend, for the homie hookup price, because I love him, for $250. Okay? No turnaround time.
Wow.
Not really any clips, maybe a couple clips, and just whatever. Bradley wanted to pay me $50 more. And because I offer, like Bradley's offer was for $300, like he had a whole bunch of podcasts per month, vlogging, et cetera, but what he wanted to pay per podcast was like $300. For 24-hour
Doesn't he make millions of dollars?
Oh, it gets worse. For 24-hour turnaround time, for full bleepage, full posting, full everything, he then would blow up at me because his team provided me the wrong websites to post to, or so like for the RSS feed or whatever the fuck it's called for like posting to Spotify and iTunes and all this shit. Like I posted to the one they sent me. He hits me up. Oh, it's not on there. Like, okay, what website am I supposed to? He gives me another website and he's like, don't let it happen again. I'm like, yeah, this ain't gonna work out.
Wow.
It's just the level of disrespect. And then he would hit me up after that. And then, so that's why he felt disrespected, because he wanted 24-hour turnaround time on an hour-and-a-half podcast versus a no turnaround time on a 30-minute podcast, $50 difference. He felt disrespected.
Well, I think he was gaslighting.
No. I'm just laying it out. Whether it be gaslighting, I don't know that. What I know for a fact is that's what he was stating.
I mean, that just sounds. I mean, from your perspective, because I haven't heard and talked to him. Not that.
Oh, you can ask anybody. Garrett was there. Prince was there. The place was full.
Right.
And then
it seems, and it also seems like in that case, it would be a perfect time because before it was always kind of like behind closed doors where you're just trying to handle business, but it seemed like that was a perfect opportunity to him to have a story and witnesses and kind of make I
flipped it on him. I flipped it on really hard.
Oh, let's do this.
What I said was, so he said his whole spiel, and then he goes, like, we had a whole back and forth, yada yada, and he eventually goes, do we need to take this outside? I'm like, you know what, man, keep your fucking money. I don't need your fucking money. I'm out of here. I go to turn around. He's like, wait. And then I keep walking. He follows me outside. Oof. I don't remember exactly, because in the heat of the moment, I just kind of
let's go.
Just black out, red out kind of thing. Like not in an anger way, but just I don't remember. I get so hyped up. I literally just don't remember.
You seem like a hothead. I know you. You're a fucking hothead. I know you.
But Josh rolls up. Josh just happens to be rolling up at that moment on his bike. So he's not parking. He's pulling up right to the front door. He like gets in between us. It wasn't like it was getting anywhere. Like not like in between us, like we're about to fight, but like just trying to diffuse the situation a little bit. And he tried to explain it. He said, yeah, like Alec takes care of me. Like, relax, Brad, yada, yada, yada. And I don't want to put Josh out there. Like, I'm not trying to get you in trouble, bro. I'm just trying to say what the facts were. Like, yeah. But like, yeah, like I left. Josh hit me up later and was like, bro, I'm so sorry that happened. Like, but that's how it's left. And then from there, like I shoot for Sarah at Zoo Culture and only Sarah. And Bradley's been in a couple of the last vlogs. And I'm not going to say it's been awkward, because it's work to me. Like, if he going to be there, he going to be there. Maybe I should have panned to him a little bit more. I might not have panned to him enough, Sarah said.
Right.
But
yeah, I get it. No, you get it. Like, but you're being a pro about it.
And then he said goodbye to me the other day. Not the other day. It was like last week or some shit. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like,
I mean,
are you serious right now?
Yeah,
like,
I get it, man. It's like, and you're my buddy, so I'd like.
And I don't want the money from him at this point.
No, I mean,
like
it's obviously more about like just getting your story, your version out. Which
and
is
he told all the Zoo Culture Studio employee trainers that he paid me.
Yeah, he's just trying to, he's gaslighting.
Well, they all know, like, you should have seen the group chat. Like, it was bad. Like, shit was going down.
Well, this is a good example when somebody that has I want to say,
position of power.
Yeah. And, you know, they can't obviously take accountability for being the bad guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy being the bad guy, but
I enjoy it too, personally.
I enjoy being I'm like, fuck yeah, I am. But, you know, I mean, there's a part to it that, you know, I've heard his story. He has a pretty hard story, man.
No, he does.
Like, he has a pretty hard story.
And
like,
that's why I respected him so much and was willing to honor him and respect him and not be a prick about the money.
But that means but that also means I can't exploit you. You know what I mean? Like, if I owe you money, I'm like a Lannister. If I owe money, I got to pay that money.
Yeah, that's
like,
how I am,
you know
too.
what I'm saying? Like, it's like,
when I owe someone money, that's the first thing I make. Like, I will do that before I eat. Like,
yeah. I mean, but what can he do? I mean, like, it's like, okay, Brad, you're gonna call me out on the street, like, okay.
And then try to say he built my career. I forgot about that part. He did say, not that he built my career, but that he's the reason that I started shooting with Sarah, which is why I brought that interesting point up.
Right.
He's the reason I got the Jim Weed contract. Jim Weed contract is interesting because I heard Sarah's videographer just gets that contract. Nothing to do with Brad, just Sarah's videographer always gets that contract.
So he's essentially taking credit for like all the trickle effect of what he like feels like he built.
And I will say this, and because I'm a straightforward guy that, Brad, thank you for giving me that Zoo Culture membership. I know you probably did it just to bring the views into the place. I get that. But I do appreciate you not making me pay for that monthly thing. And I don't know if you'd want me to say that, but fuck it. I am appreciative about that free membership he gave me for a while.
It was like $200, isn't it? Or $250?
It's like $130 or something per month.
$130 per month.
Yeah, no, like he did. Like, I do appreciate that and I do respect that, but
right.
It's
but there's
there's
just
situation.
Yeah, I get you, man. I mean, it's almost like it seems as though you were dealing with somebody though that emotionally lets their emotions get into their business, and that's kind of that's where you're gonna lose people. You know what I mean?
Real quick, y'all better not title this "Exposing Bradley Martin" or some shit like that. Do not title it that way.
No. I mean, no, it's not. I think there's other clips we're gonna have that will be essentially strong enough.
You can title that clip that. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just the main title.
But you know, I mean, but we're having like a real conversation about this now. Like, you know, because you spent a lot of time dedicating. I mean, you spent 24/7 Zoo Culture, Sarah,
everything I do
Bradley,
is to build the network.
Josh, like you have dedicated your life to building their social. And it's so funny to hear on this side. And this is what I want to get back to you and talk to business.
And I did build Chet's socials as well. That's where it all started.
Right.
That went from 20,000 followers to 110. We had 200 million views on there.
Yeah, this is exactly why you should be working with us.
Over 10
this
vlogs.
Is what's going to happen here.
We're averaging for Sarah. I think it's like 50 million per 24-hour.
I mean, this is exactly why you're going to be working here with us too. So
this is the last 28 days.
Yeah, I mean, I see that. Like, you know, but I want to get back to you because, you know, you're going to start getting on this side. We're going to start getting on this side with each other. And I just want to say, like, it just seems like everything is a learning experience for you to really do your stuff right.
Yeah, and learning, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like,
I mean,
people sending me what they want me to create.
But it's crazy though. These people make like millions of dollars. Like, is it millions or hundreds of thousands? I mean, like, let's get that kind of like clear.
I don't know. I think most of them are probably in the hundreds of thousands. I think there's probably 4 or 5 of them that are making over $1 million a year. And one that's probably, and a couple that, I can't say that. I can't even say that because I don't even want to like put his news out there.
But it goes to show you though, you are capable of doing that for yourself.
Oh yeah. No,
wow.
Because here's the thing. I'll break it all down for you because it looks like we're going to be getting into this kind of.
Yeah, we are. We're in it. Like, it's official. Like, this is it.
Yeah. So between the podcast that we're going to do, that clip strategy is everything. Like, right. The brand deals coming. I talked to you about this before. Yes, getting 10 or 20 per company per thing isn't that wild. Like, and it's all right there. I've got the connections to the companies. We just need to create the product to do it. I know how to formulate a clip and do that and make it go viral. I've done it for tons of people at this point that just continually go viral. Like,
but doesn't it seem like it's the universe saying,
and hundreds of videos.
But watch this. But isn't this like the universe saying, "Hey, Alec, like Bradley cutting it off, doing all that drama, or not drama, whatever you want to call it." But isn't it kind of seems like, okay, this is an end of a chapter.
Oh, yeah.
Now I open my chapter.
And
right?
This new client I have, like, he's the one I'm really focusing on and getting right, getting his shit fucking perfect. And I want to do that for him. He's got me doing podcasting for him, social media management, lifestyle shit, like everything. And I want to get this right for him. And if once this is really going right, it's going to clear the schedule in a way that just allows me to focus on the best people that I want to work with.
Right.
And we can then go ahead, gear review videos, start getting companies sending us gear.
Right.
You know, just
I know what
all this stuff.
Essentially,
Podcast.
what you do for your clients, you'll have happen for you. And I mean, if you really think about it, like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, like, not really. I wouldn't compare you to like Steiny or anything like that.
I've worked with him plenty of times
but
too.
It seems like Steiny was an assistant, became a star. He's not really going to be an assistant anymore. You know what I'm saying?
So
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right.
I respect Steiny a lot. Honestly,
Steiny's cool. I like Steiny. They pick on him. I'm like, straight up, it looks like you're picking on him.
No, I've worked
like
with
when
him.
Andrew Schultz went on and was fucking with Steiny.
I love Schultz.
I was like, okay, that's cool, and he's funny. Look, I just, you could tell that, and I don't know, maybe he was aloof or whatever. But I was just like, well, you know, you shouldn't really do that.
I don't even know what happened that day. I don't know if Schultz was trying to make a clip. I don't know if he was just trying to unload some clips. I don't know.
He definitely clipped Steiny and Steiny. But Steiny doesn't take that shit. Steiny's like, oh, what the fuck? I'm feeling targeted. I'm feeling attacked. I just think he's like so watchable.
Off camera for him, he's a really respectful dude, and he lines everything up properly.
Wait,
like,
Schultz or Steiny?
Steiny. Well, I'm sure Schultz does too, but Steiny.
Yeah, Schultz is a professional. I mean, that one question where he goes, "So when you're telling a joke, like, how does it go when it has a bad joke?" And you're just kind of like, bro, don't ask him that. Like, don't do that. Like,
crazy shit.
And he's like, how long you been in the space? And he's just like, you mean professionally as a comedian? He's like, bro, you are like
just lighting him
up. You're about to get.
That's what I like. I literally just watch Schultz's podcast. Like, I'll watch a few other podcasts, but I love watching his podcast instead of listening to music.
They had Trump on.
Exactly.
They had Trump. He had Trump. He had Trump.
Okay, so let's get into it a little bit.
Charlemagne was a Democrat. I feel Schultz turned him into a Republican.
Who knows? Who knows?
Well, I wouldn't say he turned him into a Republican, but he definitely went on The View, and I was like, yo, that's like Schultz talking
Who knows?
through Charlemagne and Whoopi Goldberg being like, let's talk about this. What's going on?
No, I heard that was wild too.
That was wild, bro.
So before I even moved out here, I was managing hip-hop artists out of Philly.
Right.
And we had some decent success, actually, courting Atlantic Records, and for whatever reasons, it all fell through. I think work ethic played a large part in that.
With them?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, bro, they're like smoking weed and going to strip clubs. Is that not like the life?
Not even.
Really?
I mean, they were smoking a little bit of weed, but for me personally,
they going to Diddy parties or something, or what was going on?
Not to that level.
Okay.
But we were grinding it out, but it was like little things like one of my artists had a very viral thing that he kept doing, and then by the end of it, he was just, I don't want to say too good for it, but he felt that he was too good for certain situations before he probably should have felt that way.
Oh, he needs to calm down.
Yeah.
He was like, he thought he was like A-League and it's like, calm down.
Exactly.
So, okay, so what would you say?
And then, wait. And then I moved out here. Well, before I moved out here, what got me into this whole influencer realm was Jordan Belfort, Wolf of Wall Street, on Logan Paul's podcast, ironically. And I didn't like the Pauls at all. I thought they were pricks. I thought they were annoying. I thought they were just some Vine stupid kids.
I think they're smart. They're fucking smart.
Ever since that podcast, I heard about Mike Malek. He hooked me on that podcast immediately. Him and I have very, very similar stories. I have 9 years clean off of heroin and just about everything else.
Oh man, wow.
So
really?
like his story clicked immediately with me.
That's awesome.
And
not that you did it. It's awesome that you're clean, right? It's awesome that you're clean. Can't trust this guy's a heroin addict.
But that he hooked me immediately. And as I watched more and more of their podcast, Logan grew on me more and more. Right. And I learned about that dynamic they have. And I learned about their team, the way he puts his team together. And I learned how they do their clips. And
can I call something out? I feel these guys are geniuses.
Oh yeah.
And what they're really building up to is the brothers fight. I think in a couple years, they're going to lead up to the most massive fight in the business, which will be Logan Paul versus Jake Paul. And I think Jake will actually get to fight Canelo.
I don't know if
think
they
so.
even realize this now, because I think it's true when they say they don't want to fight each other. But I think when you're looking at that contract, then who knows how much that is, it would be hard to say no even for them. But what's crazy about this is I talk with Logan's clip guy. Like, I talk with the person that runs Logan's podcast, and like,
Logan's a good fighter, man.
I've worked next to Logan's podcast producer as well, alongside Dylan with Chet's podcast. Like, it's crazy to have studied them, moved out here, replicated what they did, and then be talking to them. Like, just recently, Caleb, Logan's guy, sent me his masterclass on how to do clips.
Wow.
Like, a lot of the stuff that he sent me, I already knew. Like, I already do and teach myself. But
yeah, these are like the OGs.
It was some stuff in there I definitely learned, and it was interesting, and it was great, honestly. Like, it was a moment for me.
Like, watching even Logan Paul wrestle, he's done stuff that I've never seen before.
He's a true athlete.
He is a specimen.
Yeah.
That's why when I was like, Bradley Martin's calling out Logan Paul, like, do not do this.
Yeah,
he's gonna crack your head, and you're an older man.
Yeah.
Watching Logan wrestle and doing what he hasn't done before, it just seems like both brothers are like specimens.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it's crazy, and that shows dedication and strength.
But they're from Ohio too.
They are.
LeBron's from Ohio.
Fuck Ohio.
wait, hold on.
No, I'm kidding.
Hold on. Better. Wait, you're from Jersey?
I'm from Jersey.
You're Jersey,
right outside of Philly.
In fact, your dad is best friends with James Gandolfini.
They were very close while he was alive, like best friends from back in the day, and I called him uncle until I was 6 or 7 years old. Like, that was family to me.
Yeah.
And we would go to football games and all this, and just like Rutgers games, because that's where they went and met. Like, just like crazy stuff. Like, I mean, not crazy stuff, just normal stuff. And then, like, yeah, we had fun. Like, there were fun times too, like going New Year's Eve, like going up to New Hampshire, I guess.
Right.
Like, or like the shore houses, like that he ran. Like, everything was for the family with him. Like, it was. But the reason I say I was kind of bred for this situation, I grew up around these huge names, and I was just a normal person to me. And like, I feel like that, the way my dad raised me and my mom raised me, maybe prepped me a little bit for this. Like, I've never been one to ask for an autograph, for instance. Like, to me, that just feels weird. Like, these are colleagues. How weird does that look? Especially like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like I've been bred for this situation I'm in now.
Right. And
it's just, I got to do it.
Right.
That's what it is. It's just, I see this path and it's got to be done.
Well, you're doing it, and we're going to do it, and there's going to be more to come. But you talk about good times. Did you have good times with Bradley? There had to be some good times, man. There had to be some good times.
So,
what was?
I met MGK with Josh as well. So
Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah. So, and I'm not close. I'm not close with him at all. I don't want to come across like that.
Who, MGK or Bradley?
MGK.
MGK.
His videographer Sam, and I think he's awesome. We've talked a few times, but I think.
Wait, why does Machine Gun Kelly have a videographer? Does he have a podcast and a vlog or anything?
No, but just content.
Just shooting content.
That's who shoots his music videos. That's who does all his stuff for him. You know.
Right.
Just everything. You know, wherever.
So just catching stuff.
Exactly.
For social media, I guess.
Social media.
Oh wow! I actually want to follow MGK now. See what's up with that.
Yeah. No.
Isn't that kind of strange though? Because he was a rapper. He had Diddy release his diss track to M, and now he switched over and he's like this alternative pop rock singer.
Let's take the unpopular opinion here. MGK beat Eminem.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
What's it called?
The diss track?
Yeah, with the diss track back in the day.
Did he though? I mean, okay, it was a catchy tune.
It was a long time ago, so I have to catch up on it.
Tune.
And I like to take
this beard is weird.
Side.
Yeah.
I like to take the loser side.
Really? Well, then you're admitting that he was the loser, not really the winner.
Not the loser. You're right. Not the loser. The underdog. the underdog. So
Okay.
I can't go into it. I just remember thinking that he won. And
It was a hot diss track for sure. It was a hot diss track.
It was every bar. It was a fire bar. He got this.
I mean,
but
I mean,
I don't want to delve into too much into MGK because I don't.
But did you hear Killshot that Eminem released?
Yeah,
you heard Killshot.
It was
then.
good.
It was. Oh,
it was cute.
Come on.
It was. Killshot was cute.
You're going off of pop music. Then you might as well Blackpink.
Killshot was cute.
Killshot was cute.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was cute.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. This whole music business though is kind of like, it seems like it's all coming down though.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like if you're at a Diddy party, you are so beyond fucked.
That's
no pun intended.
That's not just music though. That's
cheeks clapping, and that's a guy.
Yeah, that's a guy.
That's a guy's ass getting clapped.
Yeah.
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 I was not at any Diddy parties.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
You sure? Because you were about that age.
I mean, I could have. There was a couple times I got invited to a CA party. Yeah, I mean, I was, I was invited.
Yeah.
But I was just kind of like, look. We'll talk. You asked for this. No, there is a lot of that in this business, like the parties, and it's not that it's unfortunate. It's just there's a lot of different cultures, and I think that when you're at the apex of entertainment, honestly, I think it gets boring. I think that being with somebody traditionally is boring for them. And I think what starts to happen is like swapping partners.
Well, let's take it back for a second. Because remember I said Jordan Belfort and all that?
Yeah.
That's the exact same thing he said about the Wall Street world.
So you get to a high. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm an addict I'm an addict too in certain degrees when it comes to but it's transitioned to my business, right?
Yeah,
I'm always doing something.
That's exactly what I've done.
So we get it, right?
Yeah.
So we are recovering addicts in a form where I know what my addiction is.
I'll always be an addict, but not in the sense of...
Okay, cool. But
I'll always be addicted
so
to
if you're in the apex of entertainment, right? The traditional stuff ain't gonna be what kind of does it for you anymore.
Yeah.
From what I can see on their perspective.
So let's make sure we don't get canceled here. So let's clarify this really quick.
Okay, go for it.
So...
Because if you want to cancel me, I'm doing something right.
I'm not saying that. So I'm not touching that one.
I've not even made it. Go for it. Cancel my fucking ass.
It's about the fact that were these people willing in the whole situation.
I see what you're saying. So I see where
let's make this straight. We're not condoning anything, okay?
Right.
We're not saying it's right, wrong, or anything. We're just stating it. This is how it is.
Okay, but you want to be, underdog, devil's advocate. That's kind of like your position with Killshot and all that stuff. But wouldn't I know as a grown man that going to a party where they're like, yeah, some gay stuff happens over there, willingly for your career going over there and then fraternizing and partying and linking up, isn't there a part that you're kind of like, I think I know what might go down?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100. Well, think
for
about,
sure what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Think about good old HW, and I'm not talking about the president. Or is that HW? You know who
you're being
about?
Cryptic. Like there's some people that are like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I don't know if you want me to say this name.
I mean, you can say his name, whatever.
Harvey
Weinstein.
Yeah.
And
I just watched a Quentin Tarantino documentary on Tubi, which was fucking amazing. And if you're a filmmaker, go watch that.
Yeah.
Tubi, QT8.
Tarantino's like fucking
QT8 on Tubi. It's amazing.
So it's kind of like, we know that this is happening. Are we a part of the problem?
And how much are these people profiting off of being in that position, whether it's wrong, like whether it's right, wrong.
So here's the thing, like, so I'm going to put you in the situation. And I think it comes down to the individual. Like, okay, here
me
you
personally,
are.
I'm taking that deal.
No, here you're an actor and you haven't done shit before, and here I am with this director, and I think you're attractive, and I want to fuck you, and I can make. It's kind of almost going back to Bradley. I can make anybody who I want, right?
Yeah.
And so here you are. Are you gonna meet with me, knowing that you're my that I like you like that, and that they've prepped you. Hey, if you fuck him, you'll get the job.
All right.
Would you come meet me?
Okay, so
your life changes, by the way. You're the fucking star
we're going
of fucking
for things here.
No, come on, tell me.
I started with,
and you have no acting
Harvey
classes. You don't go to acting classes. You do no fucking Broadway. You're just
started with Harvey and women. You're taking this to me.
I'm putting you in the situation, motherfucker.
So me
you tell me what you would fucking do.
So me personally, okay. I grab life by the horns and say, fuck it. So me personally, I'm probably taking the meeting, attempting to control the situation, And then
Shut the fuck up. You're getting fucked. Like, what are
I'm
you
not
talking
getting fucked.
about?
No, because I'll walk
that's
out.
The thing.
I'll make a clip out of it.
So you'd be like,
I'll walk out.
okay, so this is happening.
Yes,
I'm
because me
massaging
personally,
you.
yes, me personally, I wouldn't go that far.
You let me massage you? I'm like,
No,
you're gonna be, you got the, here's the
no.
contract.
If
Here's
it's
the contract.
just the massage, then we're writing the contract and signing the contract first, so that I control that situation.
Wow, so you have a price. You're like an OnlyFans girl.
Exactly,
you have a fucking price,
exactly,
bro.
I am.
That's how it fucking is.
So
you know what?
Yeah. So just you figure out your price.
Me and that massage oil too, by the way.
There's testosterone cream out there too.
How good of a time are we trying to have, guys?
Listen. There's a part to it, I guess, where if you don't remember what happened, I mean, that's where it gets kind of sticky, though, right?
That's a great point. I don't remember.
That's the point. Is they were drugged.
Is there post pain?
Is there post what?
Pain.
Like, does my ass hurt?
That's kind of what I was referring to.
Yeah, that's not. So do you think he? Well, okay. Let's move on from MGK. So you had fun at the MGK concert,
and
with Brad. You guys
that was fun.
Ate steak afterwards.
No, we didn't. He didn't pay. No.
You're just being salty, dude. You're being fucking salty now.
No, you want to know what really? No, let's get into it. Actually, let's get into it.
Dude,
no, he left me waiting in the parking lot for 3 hours prior to. No, he left me waiting in the parking lot for 3 hours, and it was only because I waited in a parking lot for 3 hours.
I mean, he's Bradley Martin. To his right, there's people that would. I mean, it's because he's used to that. I mean, I'm going with the. I'm doing what you're doing. I'm doing what you're doing with the fucking MGK. It doesn't feel good, does it? It doesn't feel good, does it? You back eat somebody. Look, no, you're my boy. I got your back, bro. Like, I get it, but I mean, at the same time, I can kind of also see, and I don't want to get into a psychoanalyze the guy, but I can see why. I don't say it's right.
Yeah, no.
But it's what it is.
I can see the cause of events,
right.
Or the course
and
of
if
events.
I get away with it with other people, I it's become part of my tactic.
I get it. Yeah. No.
You get what I'm saying?
100%.
And then on top of that, it's led you here, and then I'd rather fucking have you here, and we're gonna go do all our fucking stuff. And it's like tell everybody peace.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Get out of here.
Bye.
Right now it's focusing on the podcast, focusing on my upper clients, and then building the stuff that we got going. The films,
we got a ton of stuff.
You got to work on your fucking script already.
Oh, I know. I'm writing a script. We're doing a dance. We're doing a dance film next. I'm really excited about this. We're gonna be working with some really good talent that you know.
She's texting me about it now. Like,
wow.
Where's Max? Hurry up. She didn't say hurry up, Max.
Wow.
I'm saying hurry up, Max.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
But she does want to do first week of January. If that works with you.
Man, there's some big influencers we're going to be working with. We're going to cross them over in acting.
Let's make it happen. Yeah.
I like it. I like where we're going with it. But again, this wouldn't be happening if Homeboy wouldn't fuck it up.
No.
Sometimes we need him to fuck it up, and then we can fucking do what we need to do.
100%. And it's really crazy because our relationship started with your son, I think.
Yeah.
Sending me a DM.
Yeah, my son. He's my son.
How crazy is that? How crazy is that though? Like,
he's,
all this
on the streets, he's my son.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how crazy is that?
Yeah, it's like. Yeah, but
third camera on Action 8.
When he showed me your stuff, I was like, we got to get him. He's more talented than you. He's like, that's fucked up. I go, it's true, but I mean, it's true, right? Like, it's true. Like, that's what I think in all of this, where people have their own path. Mm-hmm. Like, I needed to tell that to Caleb for him to understand that he wasn't going to be the main motherfucker.
It seems like he's doing some good stuff with the fitness down in Texas.
I guess so. Maybe shout out to Caleb and doing what he's doing. Right. Moving on to what we do though.
Yeah. No,
that's enough of a plug.
Back to the film stuff.
I'm gonna be like Bradley Martin and be like, oh, that's enough. That's enough.
Cut that. Actually,
cut that out. We don't need to give some clout to somebody.
No, but just going back into this film stuff. Like, I'm so excited. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars the past year buying gear and prepping up so that
thanks to Bradley Martin.
Not thanks to Bradley Martin, actually. Prepping up for these films, prepping up to have all the lights you can imagine, all the gear, having 3 FX3s, full Zeiss lens set, everything we really need to get off the ground, a full audio setup too, like to get off the ground and get this shit rolling. Like, and now it's just about having the content to create, like having the scripts, having the pre-production meetings, doing all that to get it going. But the sky's really the limit because we aren't restrained by the amount of money we can bring in from investors. All we're restrained by is by the people that we can bring in. Like,
but here's the good thing to all that, because you can have all that equipment, because I know people have like all that equipment and everything, but you also know the strategy.
Yeah, exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you have the strategy, you've got the skill.
It's not just the
you have the knowledge to start and build something up. And I'll tell you one thing that they're gonna miss, and I think that's what, and this whole thing is being taken for granted, is when you give somebody, or when you work with somebody, or like, you know, like say you work with Josh and you teach him that, right? When you give somebody that information, that's the craziness to me, because why would I let you out of my circle when what you bring to the table is valuable and makes millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands, or regardless, whatever. But in this new space of what this is, I wouldn't let you fucking go, bro. I'd be like, oh, Alec, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd at least be like.
And that's where it comes back to how much are you willing to pay a entry-level videographer editor. You know, like, I don't see myself as an entry video. Like, I still do entry level stuff with Sarah because I love working with her, because she's an amazing person and I love working with her. Right. But for everyone else, I get insulted if you ask me to pull out my phone and record this kind of thing.
Right.
Like, I don't.
I saw Sean recording on the phone earlier, though. That's funny.
No, you guys know what I mean, though. Like, it's like,
not that we record on phones. I'm just saying that Sean was recording on the phone.
Like, I've shot on Reds before. I absolutely love the Sony FX3, and I think it rivals a lot of things.
We're literally going to get a Sony deal after this podcast. This is so funny.
We better.
I mean, you know, the FX3, they shot the Creator on it. It's a fantastic camera. We shot Action 8 on it. It's a fantastic camera.
Let's get some deals. Okay, Suri, I don't know how to pronounce it exactly.
You gotta say the name.
No, it's a new, it's a brand new company, and no one knows how to fully say the name. Oh, really? Like, there's a few different pronunciations I've heard from like the best people.
Okay, so it's like Pache or Pace, that restaurant in the hills.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
Please, your lenses are gorgeous. I need an E-mount. What are they called? The Venuses, I think. Wow. I think it's the Venuses. That's the smaller of your anamorphics. I would love a full set. Damn. Please, Max and I will shoot a whole bunch of movies with it.
Let's
get
go.
Garrett involved. We'll get Peter involved. I know Garrett's already reached out and talked to you guys.
Yeah.
Let's get this shit going.
This is kind of like UGC, huh? Like user guided content going on right now. Like, like a little bit of a promo. Yeah. Okay. All right. So is there anything else you want to say before you kind of like we wrap this up?
Oh, in about 30 minutes, I'll think of a whole bunch more things. Now
you just sound like an angry ex-girlfriend, what you said right there. Like, that's just so fucking.
I'm trying to give you the best stuff.
I'm just saying. You're the one.
Well, wait. We haven't talked about Peter.
About MGK.
We haven't talked about We haven't talked about Peter and Garrett at all.
Peter. Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah. Working with them.
So I started out with Peter, just shooting his podcast, and he introduced me to Garrett, and then it's grown into, shooting.
And Garrett used to do the cat videos.
Yes.
He's the guy, he'd sing to the cat, he'd be like, oh, and then the cat would fuck him up and get all these scratches and everything. He's a really cool guy. I like him.
I love Garrett.
And now he's doing like all these videos where he's like this brooding, leading guy. Yeah. And he still keeps the engagement too, right?
I want to help him. I want to help throw him a bone here. Garrett does that because that helps his social media. Because
no, I'd say he's doing well with it. I'm not dogging that. I'm just saying he's
so much more of an actor than that. It's just he's keyed in on that because that's what's doing really well right now.
Right. I mean, he's one of the only people, because he has 16 million followers. Yeah. Like Garrett, that's amazing. Like I like what you do, and I like what you do with Alec.
And he's converted it so well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
From the cat stuff
that's what
to
I'm
these
saying.
acting.
It's gonna be like you know who it reminds me of. King Batch.
Yeah.
Because Batch used to mess with the series, and then now he's like doing some movies and this and that. But I kind of can see Garrett kind of leading a little bit more. Yeah,
definitely.
Definitely. His shot at that.
Yeah. And then Peter, from Too Hot to Handle to doing his podcast, which is getting millions and millions of views per clip. Like, he's killing it. And both of those, I really want Sarah as well. And then a few other people. I really want to get them involved in this acting world. They're interested in it.
Well, we'll
They
get them in the
know what
acting
they're
world,
doing.
and then let's get them on our pods and doing that. That's for sure.
That's a given. That's a given.
Yeah, like let's get that going. Because I'm pretty sure they'll have. Because it really is that, isn't it? Everybody bounces around in the community.
No, that's exactly what it is.
That's what happens, right? Okay, so cool. That was your plug.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to plug Action 8 for us. We have a film that we did together. We did a film together called Action 8. We're going to be releasing on Instagram, and it's going to be Action 8 the movie on IG and Action 8 the movie on TikTok. So we're going to drop that.
Started out as third cameraman for that.
Yeah, he
worked
took
my
over.
way.
Yeah, well, I mean, you were always the DP,
and then,
for sure.
If you say so.
Oh,
And then I took the step forward, said, "Hey, let me jump in here and edit."
Yeah,
and
very competent. Taught Joe Shashadi. I mean, Joe Shashadi was already editing.
Yeah. Just in DaVinci, I think I taught him a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
shout out DaVinci Resolve. Throw me a code. I put way too many people on you guys.
We're gonna have a studio.
I put way too many people on you guys.
I know, yeah, because I didn't even know about DaVinci until you said it, and I was like, really? Word? Everybody's doing that? Because I thought everything was on Avid.
I mean, they've been
for
the
a
premium
while.
color grading space.
And then Final Cut. I was like, Final Cut. I was like, not realize. I heard people want to do Avid. Yeah, for sure. I don't know why.
It's just Joe.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move on from that.
Joe.
Because maybe it goes with Final
Joe.
Draft. All right. Look. So, hey, thanks for coming on. We got to do this again.
No, we're definitely doing this.
So when the pod drops and he approaches you, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
Gonna say you never paid me. You didn't have me sign an NDA.
No, you shouldn't say that. Let's work this rule out. I think what you should say.
No, that's what I'm saying.
No, I think what
Simple
you should
as
say. I think you should say, I'm tired of your fucking gaslighting, motherfucker. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, that's the thing about me. I'm as professional as it gets. I'm as respectful as it gets. Do me dirty, and I will do you dirty respectfully.
No, well, in all fairness, what I want to say is you're my buddy, and you're jumping on the other side of the camera now, and we're actually just really launching that part of all this.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we don't want you to have like this cryptic story out there too. I want people to know you, and you want people to know kind of how it all came about too. Like you don't want your because your name becomes everything, isn't it?
No, exactly. And
you know what I mean? Like the way you kind of like.
I have a story really fast.
Yeah, go for it.
Stephen Kelly was in Ohio one time. I think it was Ohio, and he was in like a Dick's.
Right.
And he was with his girlfriend.
Wait, like a Dick's Sporting Goods?
Yeah, he was in
Dick.
He was in Dick.
Dick.
No, like a Dick's Sporting Goods store.
Okay, good, for sure.
He was with his girlfriend and her family or something like that.
Right.
And the dude at the counter approached her and was like, "Is that Stephen Kelly, Big Al Entertainment?" And he told me that story, and it's just crazy to think about it. Like Prince telling me, like, yeah, I go to London, I go to Wales and shoot for these companies, and they know who you are. I go to Florida and Miami, and they could know who. Like it's crazy to think about, because I grew up riding a bike to school. I grew up homeschooled, 6th grade, went to school, riding a bike to school, and then going to Shawnee and doing all that. But like, I thought I was gonna be dead by 21.
Wow.
I mean, I was okay with being dead by 21. Like I was making a ton of money doing dirty ass shit back in the day. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Where shit leads to.
I mean, we have to go to a part 2 because you just are leaving it with that. Like,
that's
fuck.
the best way to do it. Leave them hanging.
Jesus. Now, are they going to believe your Bradley Martin story though? Like that's kind of like where
I mean, everything out there you can look up. Everything.
So I can Google this.
The stuff with Bradley, you can't.
So
really,
I can Google you. Have you done that before? You
can
Google
it's
me?
a scary world.
You can Google me.
Yeah, it's a scary world when you Google me.
I've done that before.
Have you Googled me?
Don't Google me.
There's a couple.
Like, fucks up my whole shit.
No,
like,
but
Google's like all over it.
Everything bad that is out there about me is from my time in Jersey and years and years ago. Like, it's not even bad about me. It's just situations I put myself in, really.
Well, you said you looked him up, Josh, right? Did you looked Alec up, didn't you?
Apparently not good enough.
No, I didn't know.
Wow. My producer.
You don't need my last name, sir.
Alec and didn't even wow. How underwhelming is that? Jeez, man, fuck! You could have like literally been like a freaking felon.
Could have been president. I am a felon.
Oh,
I still am.
I guess we both are.
I think I still am a felon.
I think you're my.
I can't vote.
I think you're my first felon. Then
I can't vote.
You're my first felon on the pod.
Yeah, I sold too much weed back in the day.
Wait, hold on. Are you serious? You're a fucking felon.
Yeah, is that crazy?
Yeah. Oh my god.
I got arrested.
This is so amazing. Like this is kind of like
my senior year of high school.
Oh, you must get chicks just because you're a felon, dude. There's girls that wait for guys like you to get out of jail.
Something like that since I left Jersey. And like honestly, it was probably like 3-4 years before.
This is hands down the best podcast.
No, the last time I talked about was being in the rap scene and the hip hop scene. That it came up.
It just comes with it, like money,
money, power,
Felon.
streets.
A million.
All right, let's cut this.
What? What? You want to talk shit about that song? You want to like over here rock MGK rapping?
I like Lil Wayne. I like old Wayne. Obviously,
Lil Wayne's one of the best rappers ever. Ever.
Who hasn't? Like, I say the last
Drake, Nicki Minaj.
He was the last pure king of hip hop. I think. Like he was undisputable. I think Drake, when he first started, was too small, and now it's just too separated and too divided.
I love Lil Wayne because he goes on Undefeated and he like puts Skip Bayless in
I used to love that show.
place.
Yeah, but he can't talk really anymore. He's had too many strokes.
Who?
Lil Wayne, I thought.
Oh, I thought you were saying Skip Bayless. Has Skip Bayless had a stroke? Am I missing something?
No, Wayne has from the lean.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he can barely talk, or am I crazy? Someone back me up here. There we go, my man.
Sean is saying yes.
There we go.
So it's official. You're going on record. Lil Wayne has had a stroke because of too much weed.
Lean, not weed.
Oh, lean.
Don't put that on
lean,
weed.
Lean.
Yeah, you mean leaning.
Yeah, got it. Wow, that got really dark really fast.
That's the way it should end.
Okay, so yeah, let's wrap this up. All right, thank you again for coming on the show.
The first
of many.
And we got our show coming out.
We got our show coming up very soon. Yes.
We got another movie in pre-production, and we got Action 8 News, like you said, being dealt
on
with.
IG. Yeah, we do. And then we're gonna get you in here too. We're gonna collab and do all this stuff.
Let's have some fun.
Let's make money. Okay, strike that. Let's have fun and work with friends and make this a great experience.
I've put the time in building my network, and now I'm pivoting into let's turn this into an empire now.
Here we go.
So,
it seems like you are the OBJ.
I'll take it.
Odell Beckham Jr.
I'm not complaining about that.
We needed you on the Giants.
Are you a Giants fan?
No, but
are you a Cowboys fan?
I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm just from Texas. That doesn't make. I did not like the Cowboys. You know why? Because Jerry Jones is
Killed
the most.
It.
Well, with back in the day, yeah. Because I don't think
20 years it's been.
Yeah, I mean, okay, fuck, they won the championships. They beat the Bills.
I'm an Eagles fan.
They beat the Bills. Oh yeah, Eagles fan, right? You're just saying how you think the Bills are gonna. You're like the Bills are gonna win the Super Bowl. Okay.
No, I said maybe. I just don't. I think
I can see MGK doing maybe the halftime show at the Super Bowl, but not the Bills being there for sure.
Who's got the halftime show for this year? Don't they? Doesn't someone have it locked up already? Isn't it Kendrick or something?
Is it?
Didn't I see that?
Yeah, probably Kendrick. That would make sense.
I think I saw that.
That's the best diss track.
Oh yeah,
that's the best diss. Kendrick Lamar is the best diss track to Drake. I mean that.
No, it was pretty good. That was pretty good.
They not like us. They not like us.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Not good to him. I'm not a big Kendrick fan.
A minor.
God, that was
a bar.
But how do they say it and not get hit with slander lawsuits? That's what I don't get.
Because I think it comes from that place. I think it comes from that place of bad publicity is still good publicity.
I don't care if you're calling me a PDF file. I'm going to say something.
But that's because he's messing with girls that are like 16 and 17 or something like that. That's the allegation.
I think we're alleged at this point.
We're alleged.
I don't even think I think it's alleged off the song though. Is it alleged? Like, is there any factual things behind it?
Why would Kendrick be saying it if it wasn't somehow true though?
I'm sure there's a couple bars in there that you could say that about.
Look, listen, it's one of those things where like, if I'm the artist and I'm allowing 16-year-olds to be around me, and
but is that a factual statement? Is there 16-year-olds around him?
I mean, that's kind of like what I'm assuming from what
Kendrick said, right?
Yeah,
so it's all based off of this.
So it's all based off the diss. Because we both agree that they're not that's a diss track.
Yeah,
we both agree that's a diss track, right?
Yeah.
And we both agree it's about Drake.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody says, right?
Yeah.
And Drake hasn't really even responded to that, correct?
I don't pay attention enough. I wouldn't know.
So I don't think he's responded with a song at least. Okay, right? Facts, right? And so A minor's a bar on the song.
It's a bar.
Which means he's messing with minors.
Oh, true. So he could just disguise it as it's the other thing too. Like
well, that's what Kendrick does with his music, right? I mean, it has two meanings, right?
Exactly. Okay.
So that's kind of what everybody's kind of like running with him talking about Drake.
That makes sense. Okay.
And isn't it? Let's take it a step further. Isn't the song written because of a girl? Because they were messing with the same girl or something like that?
I have no idea.
I think it was.
I'm so removed from. It's funny. For all the content I produce and create, I don't consume any content really besides podcasts.
I mean, what you know is a diss track. You knew it was about Drake, so you knew enough.
Yeah, no, I watch podcasts. They tell me that.
Oh, is that what they told you at the Bradley Martin Zoo Culture podcast? Is that what you kind of learned over there?
I don't watch that.
So let's kind of wrap this up.
I don't watch that.
Let's not go there.
They don't even have good guests on there. I mean,
yeah.
there are a couple good guests, but it's very inconsistent.
With what he does a lot of porn stars. I noticed that, right? Doesn't he gets like a lot of porn
I wouldn't
stars?
even say so.
Not really, right? He had Nate Diaz. I mean, dude, he had Nate Diaz.
Yeah, he's a porn star.
Nate Diaz?
Oh, I'm kidding.
Okay, well, can we say porn? We can't say corn star.
No, Nate's awesome. Nate's awesome. He comments on Sarah's stuff all the time.
I wouldn't even mess
and it'll just be
Nate.
like laughing emojis on her
Those
YouTube
guys,
video.
like when he told Nate Diaz, he's like, "You can beat me." I was like, "Bro, don't do this. Don't do this. That's Nate Diaz."
It's a bad idea.
It's a bad idea.
He's a bad man.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody kind of knew that they were like, "Yeah, you're Bradley. You're like, this is a joke."
Yeah.
And I'm probably behind the scenes. He's like, "I'm gonna say this. It's gonna be like kind of jokingly."
I wasn't even there for any of that. I don't want to pretend like I was there. I was there I was in the Zoo Culture studio from say May or so until August or June sometime. And then I worked with him for maybe, it was like 2-3 weeks tops.
Wow. Well, now I believe everything you said.
That's how it should be.
Because you're so like specific about the time.
Yeah, no, I'll pull text messages up. Like,
okay, I believe you. You're my homie. I believe you. Look, it's just your
I don't
side.
erase any text messages.
Well, listen, it's well, yeah, right now it's like your version, his version, and the text message version.
Yeah, like.
But you can be like Key and Peele though. Have you seen that sketch?
Which one?
Where it's like I'm meeting you at the bar. Like you're meeting at the bar. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Oh,
nothing.
My God.
Do you want to go to the bar? Whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
What the? So you could be texting Bradley's like, "Oh, this motherfucker is like disrespecting me." Or like, "Oh, hey, what's up?"
No, you're 100% correct because
it could be like totally going off.
He texted me 2 hours after that whole confrontation happened and inside of Zoo Culture.
Right.
Texted me 2 hours later and was like, "Hey, what's your email so I can add you to the YouTube page?" And I think that might be the last text message I have from Bradley because I never responded.
I don't understand why that would mean anything.
Well, he just thinks that's his way. It was explained to me that that's his way of apologizing, just by pretending it didn't happen.
Oh.
Yeah. So he was just like, "Oh yeah, water under the bridge. Let me get your email so I can add you and we can keep this going."
Okay.
It's like, no, that's not how it's working. But
it's very unfortunate.
I'm happy about it. Gives me time to do this stuff.
So Bradley Martin will never be on our podcast.
I think that's a fair trade.
Bradley, if you want to clear your side, we can have you guys.
Actually, not a bad parlay.
Hey man, I'm just saying, I'm being the devil's advocate like he was for MGK and Eminem.
Let's get Bradley right there.
Right here. You'll do it. Let's go. Bradley Martin, and we got the couch too, and the couch is like big enough for him because he is a big ass dude.
Be looking at his ass a lot.
No, I don't know about his ass. I'm just saying he's big. He's a big 6'4", 265. That's what he is, right?
That's what he claims. Yeah.
I mean, he looks pretty big. That's pretty big.
That's big. Yeah.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
It's pretty strong. Yeah.
Put some mobility in there. I'm not going to say that. I can't believe I just said that. No.
What do you?
No, I just meant being like mobile and like. But I'm not going to poke the bear in that way.
Listen, man, he's Bradley Martin. He's made a name for himself.
No, he's an OG at the. I will finish by this. He is an OG of the space. He has done his thing. I'm not going to say he hasn't. He's done his thing. He clearly has people that will do these things for these prices, and that's completely understandable. I get that part. I just wish that you could have been more upfront and more just straightforward about it.
It's also like at a certain point you'd want there to be like some respect in the relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really what this is about, honestly.
Yeah,
honestly.
no, exactly.
Yeah. I get you. All right, so cool. Well, look, we're going to have a ton of content to put out.
Yes, we will.
Glad you came in here, Mr. Alec Ohlstein, and look out for all our stuff that's coming your way. But more than anything, guys, thanks for checking us out on the pod. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Please just comment, say whatever you want. I really don't care what you say. I mean, maybe I do. Maybe I don't.
You don't. Comments drive the algorithm.
Say what?
Comments drive the algorithm.
So I want them to comment?
Anything.
Oh, comment anything then. How much?
8 comments drive so much.
Let's do it.
Because then you get them fighting in the comments about it.
Let's go. Like, who did you agree on? Here's something for the comments. Who did you agree with, either me or Alec, on who had the better diss track with MGK and Eminem?
That's a good one.
I'd like to see your comments on
Should
that.
put a poll
for
in
sure.
there.
Yeah, put a poll. Let's put a poll in there, and if whoever wins, we'll donate some money to one of their charities. How's that?
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
I just came up on the spot. Rob is gonna write that big ass check. All right. With that being said, guys, thanks for checking us out. Please like, subscribe, comment, drive that algorithm. If you liked what you see, we got a ton more coming your way. All right. Thank you so much. I'm Max Decker from the pod, the Grayer pod that is, and see you later. Goodbye.